My notebook is sponsored by Strayer University.
Okay, I'm gonna need like this potted plant or something. Stand this bitch up.
Okay.
Oh, dude, all right, we're good.
Good.
Yeah. Sweet. All right, we're going.
We are live. Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live on the Realness with one of my greatest and oldest friends, John Martinez.
Yes.
John, it's great for you to be here, man.
Yeah.
For sure. I know you have a limited amount of time.
Oh, yeah.
So whenever, I'm just going to maybe ask you a couple of questions on your career, kind of your career path, what you're doing now, what you used to do.
Sure.
What do you think?
No, yeah.
So,
yeah, where do I start?
Okay. So I remember originally, a long time ago, we went to elementary school together, actually. Long ass time ago.
Mighty Mites.
Yeah. Then we went to Hillcrest Junior High.
Yes.
And you used to go there too. You got kicked out for carrying around an airsoft gun in your pants or something.
Yes.
You fell out in front of the principal.
Yes,
I remember that.
Yes.
And then you ended up going to Cottonwood for high school, playing football there, killed it. Then you went to USC, played there all of your time. And then maybe you could just that was just kind of like an intro, but you could start either at Cottonwood or like, how things went.
Well, now since you mentioned the airsoft gun story, I feel like I have to fit myself in, explain myself in that story. But no, so yeah, we started in McMillan Elementary, just right down the street from my house, and then grew up and went to like I said, Hillcrest Junior High School.
Yeah,
where the old junior high school, not the brand new one that just got built, the one that was on State Street. But like you said. So I brought an airsoft.
You were in that fucking old school.
The old school.
You could walk around and get lost for 15 minutes.
Dude,
you know?
For real. Oh my gosh, it was like, the nostalgia just comes back. No, for sure. But no, so the airsoft gun thing. So I was gonna surprise our friend Nina. I was gonna surprise
Nina. He actually has a kid now.
Yes, he's in Cambodia.
Well, you know him better than me, but
no, he's doing way good right now. He's in Cambodia. He's got his own tea shop. Instant tea, that's what it's called. But no,
yeah, he never struck me as a tea drinker.
No, he's a coffee guy though. He's a coffee guy.
Okay.
He's a really big coffee guy. That Cambodian coffee is super strong.
Oh, huh.
But no, that airsoft gun thing. So I was gonna surprise Nina when he came to school one day, and it fell out of my jacket, and then the mom of someone else saw it. I looked up at her. Ran away, and then the principal called me to the office and they said, "Hey, John, pick up your shirt. We need to see it." So they saw the gun, suspended for 180 days of school, and then Gaddy, the principal or the vice principal, kept giving me homework the whole time. But I was going to Bonneville Junior High in 9th grade, which led up to Cottonwood, which kind of set it up for me kind of good. So it's like kind of like a blessing in disguise, but I would say like stupidity kind of led to better things because ended up getting kicked out of Hillcrest, going to Cottonwood. You know what I'm saying? The best decision of my life because I ended up going to USC.
Right? Yeah.
Best
amazing school.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And definitely don't regret the decision. I went during some people might say like the ending of an era of Pete Carroll, which it was, but it was like a darker times of USC.
Oh, because all those allegations where they set up where they couldn't win a championship or something.
Yes, where it's like NCAA violations. I know, man. I can't blame Reggie Bush for doing what he did. I don't even know like the story.
Wait, what did he do?
So like I guess like the alleged thing was like they were just getting benefits where in terms of benefits it was like extra money, extra like a car, like house. Like he was just getting stuff from other agents like outside of football where as a college student you can't do that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
Or a college athlete, I should say, you can't do that kind of stuff because it's like
putting
when money gets involved, that's when stuff gets all kind of put to crap. But no, it's like, but no, but I don't blame him. Dude. He's trying to freaking feed his family. I don't know, like
he's fast as lightning,
dude. arguably one of the best athletes in college history, for sure. Reggie Bush, for sure. He was able to go across the field, come back, and then come back around still and score a touchdown still.
What? Yeah.
So like he was
crazy.
yeah, they tried to like no, it's funny during watching like film and like old school Reggie Bush tape.
Yeah.
Like kind of like like, oh well, this play is supposed to run like this. So it's like, all right, cool. So like we're watching the plays and who's that number 5 guy? That jersey. I don't know, man. I don't know. Bush? I don't know that name. Must be another guy.
Wait, when you were watching what?
Like old school tape, like
yeah.
old school like vintage tape of like trying to like describe like what kind of play to run.
Oh.
And we'd watch like Reggie Bush run the play,
Wow.
but he was number 5, and we'd be like, oh, "Who's that number 5 guy?" Like I don't know. Must be some guy. Yeah, really good though. Super fast though. I don't know, but they tried to erase Reggie Bush from USC. They took his Heisman, took his jersey.
Yeah.
Like it was nuts. But no one can take that from him just being
the
guy being who he is.
I know. You ever see how like a squirrel, like we look at a squirrel and it'll be like looking around real quick.
Yeah,
it does like 5 things in the time it takes us to process like 1 or 2. Yeah. That's kind of how I feel like about super quick athletes. They're just like everybody else is kind of moving in slow motion compared to how they think and how they move. Yeah.
No, I totally understand that. Well, I'm not saying I'm that elite athlete, but I know what you're saying. Where like,
no, I feel like you definitely are though.
Well,
because you get a lot. You're like in the 1% as far as athletes go.
Dude, thanks, man. That's a lot. No, but like it's like anything where it's like when people say the game's in slow motion. What a lot of people mean by that is like I know what they're about to do before they do it. That's why. That's why. Like
just because you've done it so many times.
Repetition.
Okay.
So that's what they mean. Like everything in motion is that they already know the steps that everybody else is going to take before it happens.
Yeah.
Because they're at that elite mindset of being an athlete to know that kind of movement, that kind of flow of the game, and all that kind of stuff. So. Yeah, Reggie Bush was definitely one of those guys. I mean, I feel like LeBron. I mean, all the great athletes, dude. Yeah. That's the kind of stuff that you see out of athletes, where it's like, everything becomes easy.
That's on another level,
dude. That guy's these guys right here. That guy's right here. Yeah, for sure. It's like that's what sets people apart is being the student of the game. Being like applying yourself and studying what the greats have done, and then kind of not imitating it, but like kind of duplicating it in a way that's like better for you, obviously, because everybody's different. Yeah. Everybody applies themselves different, does different things. So I think that like for an athlete, for the good athletes, is finding stuff that works for them, or even if like you don't have to be an athlete, you like just find stuff that works for you.
That's just like a metaphor for whatever you're compassionate about and for sure you enjoy doing.
For reals.
Yeah.
No, I feel like a lot of life lessons come from sports, but you don't have to get them from sports. So obviously, you learn them in different ways. But
I think I meant passionate about it. Like compassion, I feel like is towards a person, maybe, but passion can be like just super interested in a certain subject.
Yeah.
Preferably one that you're better at than other people, and you don't have to try as hard at. So then you can just kind of go into that more. Like you have some transferable skills that you can put into that. And if it's something like. Well, because this podcast is kind of about people trying to find a certain career and how they fit best into productive society. And I'm not saying you have to have I'm not saying you have to have a job, but I think you should at least pay taxes. If you live here, I don't know. I'm not trying to get political.
Money's nice. Money's a good thing. It doesn't grow on trees though. But for sure, being able to apply yourself and I don't know, just get up and do something, Just get up and go do something, dude. Just like anything.
It could be, Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah. So, I guess I was just gonna, So like, so this is my one example I'll give. Like, if you can't smell very good, right? And they're paying a ton of money. Let's say they're paying $100 an hour for somebody to go in the inside of and they wouldn't have somebody do this because it's kind of gross, of like one of those porta potties and clean it out. But your brain's wired differently, so everything that smells like shit smells really good to you. So you have kind of a competitive advantage to gain more access to that career field because you're like, dude, the smell doesn't even bother me. Everyone else is throwing up in there. They gotta So it's like, dude, that doesn't. I get an advantage. That was kind of a gross example, but that's kind of what I'm talking about: competitive advantage in the workplace.
I know what you mean. You're getting to the point where it's like, I gotta do what I gotta do to freaking get the job done. At the end of the day, this thing's gonna be freaking clean. You know, like, no, just saying, there's. Oh yes, no, it's totally. I love this subject. So cool. Some people say the generational thing, the millennials, they don't like to work, they don't like to do this, they don't like to do that, but having that mindset of well, when I do this and I'm not good at it, well, frick, I'm not good at it. I'm just gonna do something else. Like, dude, if you success is on the other side of failure. So just think of the more times that you failed, the more times that you don't succeed. Yeah. Just know that right on the other side of that could be where you just find that gold nugget, where you find that diamond in the rough, where you find. That's a great point. Where it's like you're right there, but you just freaking just all of a sudden in your mind you're just like, I just can't do it. You know? Yeah. Right. I've been reading this book lately, and it was like there's two types of failure. One is where you try something difficult and you don't succeed at it, which is a good type of failure, right? You want to keep doing that, yes, right? Because it kind of builds you into a better person. The other type of failure is where you think you won't be able to do something, so you never try, which is kind of like that, right? That's kind of that's where you don't want to be at. Yeah. You don't want to be on pity island. Yeah, right. Well, I learned this this is a great subject. So it's like you can be on pity island. You can spend time there for a little bit. You can't stay there. Yeah. Because if you stay there, you don't want to dwell on it. Yes. Yeah. It's okay to learn from your failure. It's okay to learn from your mistakes. But you don't want to stay there because that's when you just freaking perish. That's where what was me? But it's okay to learn from your mistakes and then leave. Yeah. Right. And then, but it's the difference between so what I do now, knocking door-to-door sales. Yeah. It's the difference between when it's raining outside. Oh, freak, this is cold. Do I really want to do this? I'm all wet and soaked. I don't want to be here. Yeah. It's well, you don't have an umbrella? But in my mind, it's but I don't have an umbrella. But it's but in my mind, it's dude, someone around this neighborhood's going to let me in because it's raining. Oh, shit. Okay, yeah. Because this is liquid gold. Right? Yeah. This is okay. It's you know what I'm saying? Because it's raining. That's a good attitude to have. So it's I don't know. It's one man's trash could be another man's treasure. Yeah, it's the same thing concept of this isn't really worth that much to me, as opposed to someone I could turn something into this. Yeah, dude, for sure. Yeah, but no, I like that subject because I feel a lot of kids. Well, I mean, I'm a victim. Well, we're all guilty. Yeah, we're all guilty. Yeah, but like I said, if you don't feel like you're it's obviously something you want to set a goal first. You want to set a goal that you can see. Yeah. Because if you can see it, you can hit it. Yep. Kind of like shooting darts. You just got to visualize it. Yeah. It's okay, so one of my goals is having a car. Okay. I don't have a car right now. Okay. But wait, you used to have a car. I used to have a car. I told it. It's gone. You know, we'll forget about that. Yes. Life is past. Life is gone. But no, rest in peace to my. So one of my goals is to have a car, but it's okay, well, what kind of car do you want? I just want a car. Yeah, I just want something that gets me from point A to point B. But it's well, do you want a really fast car? Well, the speed limit's 75. Why do I need a fast car? I don't need a fast car. I just need something that gets me around. Right? It's oh, okay. But that's not too bad. But it's what I'm trying to get at is you can have a goal. Yeah. My goal is to have a car. Okay, you can have a goal. My goal is to have a car. Cool. Well, what kind of car do you want? Well, I want a Cadillac. All right, what kind of Cadillac? Well, I want a CTS with black leather. And I want the name stitched in the leather. Oh shit! It's stuff like that. The more you define your goal, the more you're attached to your goal, the more you want it. Yeah. The more that you define okay, what kind of house do you want? Well, I just want a house. Well, you want a big house? You want what kind of a log cabin? How many rooms do you want? How many bathrooms do you want? Yeah. What do you want? Kind of what floors do you want to want? Right. As soon as you define your goal, that's wow, I really want this thing. Yeah. I really want that freaking black leather, all blacked out, matte black Cadillac CTS.
Yeah.
Because that's in my mind. It's ingrained in my mind, and I want it.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people, they give up on their goals so easily because it's too cold.
So okay, I'll agree with you in the sense that you do have to picture what you want in detail to achieve it. Yeah, but I'm not one to spend money on a car. I'm gonna get the cheapest car I can. Even when I get older, I will never buy a used car, just because I think that's just, well, I don't know how much we're like. I don't want to like spiral and just talk about my fucking soapbox of capitalist America and how it turns people into fucking like reptilian fucking I don't know. Yeah, but, so okay, maybe I could ask another question.
Yeah. Okay.
So what kind of could you, because I remember you have played actually professional football as well.
Yeah.
So I was wondering kind of the mentality, in your opinion, that it takes to go from playing at actually like one of the greatest colleges for football in the nation, which is still an extremely hard, and then maybe you could talk about the transition from high school, the mentality that it took to get there, and the mentality that it took, and kind of the things that changed between people that go up and play at the next level from college.
Like the transition from there.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, it's not one of the greatest colleges; it's the greatest.
Yeah.
But no, I think like the transition for a lot of college athletes and what sets them apart for going to professional, is getting a routine. Like what do you do in the morning? Like what do you do? What are you eating? What are you? How are you making yourself, applying yourself to the sport? Like, are you studying your plays? Are you, living in the weight room? Are you doing things to make yourself better, which eventually makes the team better?
Okay.
I feel like a lot of people don't take that aspect of like, well, I just got to worry about me, and that's all.
Yeah.
Well, if you have that mindset, then you're gonna have yourself over here, and the team's gonna be over here.
Yeah.
Where as if everybody's together, at least everybody's together, and we're moving somewhere together.
Yeah.
Whereas like someone's kind of out of the mix. But like I feel like a lot of athletes, good, really great athletes, kind of apply themselves to the team and try to make themselves better with who's around them, and try to like. Sorry.
That's okay. You gotta take that?
No,
okay.
No call, yeah. But no, just kind of applying yourself and like rubbing off on all the other athletes around them to make them better. With it. Yeah. I feel like, but yeah, if you, it's kind of like, what is your why? Like what wakes you up and what gets you up in the morning? Like, what kind of stuff like that. I feel like a lot of people, like I said, lose their goals, lose their sight of why they wanted to play the sport in the first place.
Yeah. So you're thinking like the different one of them, at least what I'm gaining from what you're saying is like one person's just like wakes up, does the same thing every day. It's like they're training, they're trying to get better, and they have the mentality where they belong to the whole team, and they're thinking of ways that they can better interact with their team and train harder to kind of better everybody. And another person's like, just maybe more naturally talented, but they're like, oh, I don't really have to. I can take a day off. I don't have to train today. I'm gonna go do this other thing or something. I don't know.
Yeah. No, more individual.
Yeah.
Than team. Yeah.
Individualistic versus. Yeah. Okay. Dude. Okay.
Then,
so go ahead.
But no, like professional sports definitely like eliminates you from error.
Yeah.
On and off the field, because obviously you got a big bullseye on you off the field, because it's like, oh, he plays for so and so. So whatever logo that you're representing, it's kind of like you still have that when you're off the field. So it's like you kind of have to represent yourself as a gentleman. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. You're gonna. I don't know. Obviously, people conduct themselves way different than every other person, but.
Like right now, for example, you're a fox.
Dude, foxing. What the fox? But I feel like, well, I'm not like a motocross guy myself.
It's a cool hoodie for real.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Just shout out to Fox. Shoot, but no, I think a lot of great athletes. That's what they I think a lot of good ones.
Okay, So, okay, I've had another question that I've been wanting to ask you about. So, do you know what CTE is? And you can tell me when you have to go and we can end it.
Oh no, we've got like 10 minutes.
Okay, cool.
Oh yeah.
Like, what do you think about all this new research coming out on CTE, which I believe is chronic traumatic encephalopathy? It's where football players get repeated hits to the head, and it kind of, to simplify it, it just fucks them up, makes them dumber or something. I don't know. What do you think about, like, are you going to let your kids play football with all the research that's came out? Because they say it's like they've done these studies where they look at a high number of football players, and they do autopsies on NFL players and stuff after they die, and they have like super advanced brain aging of like similar to patients with Alzheimer's. So yeah, I would just like to get your take on that. And because right, it's like when I was playing freshman football, it's like you got to run at that guy, and I've only played a fraction of the amount of football that you have, right? And it's like, dude, you're smashing your head together all the time. That's just part of the game.
No, it is. No, it is.
I know if you're good, you can probably avoid some of that and be the hammer and not the nail and all that shit. But there is still a lot of it. It seems like.
No, one thing I want to mention that I remember. I think his name is Drew Lynch. He's one of the white boy safeties, one of the greatest white boy safeties of all time. But like he said something where it was like when you're going to hit somebody, it's kind of like a sweet spot where on the sweet spot on the bat,
where you can't feel it.
Don't even feel it. Dude.
Oh yeah.
Where sometimes where you just hit somebody and you get up from it and you don't even feel it, bro. It's just like, well, there's been times like that, and then there's also been times where I've hit somebody, I blacked out, and then the next step I took, that's when I woke up.
What,
dude? It's stuff like that.
Jesus.
It's like there's been times where like I've hit somebody,
yeah,
and then like I've had my vision like go cross-eyed, but like kind of gather myself. Like on the film, you'll see me like just like standing there, just like
wait, where am I? Oh yeah, I'm playing football. Okay,
yeah, exactly. No, like,
holy
kinda, like,
shit!
Like on film, I look like I'm just like staring at the sideline, but I'm like I'm like this in my helmet. I'm like
fuck. Yeah,
I'm like oh freak. So, but I'm not gonna lie. Like, there's been times where I'm pretty sure I've had a concussion, but I just didn't report it. But like,
you think that's common?
It's very common, but it's like the mentality of like, dude, you can't take me away from the sport, man. You got to take me off in a stretcher.
You're like, that's my life because I love it so much, and it's like I'm here to play football. I'm not here to sit around. Well, I don't really know. I was just kind of speculating.
No, it's totally true because there are people like that in the world. Yeah. But it's like, there's we're talking about this. It was like well, do you think having someone go off of football sets them up for failure because of what the long-term effects are? But in my eyes, I was like, well, think of it from this way. I'm a father who's played football all my life. And I go to give my son a football out of love. He ends up growing into football, into loving football. Is that bad, or is it like I don't know, like what kind of
right?
Like I don't know, like you have when people have an emotional attachment to something, that's when something becomes greater than themselves. It's when when the bigger picture becomes, like that's all they see is that's in their vision.
I feel that, dude. And a part of it is just kind of the glory. I feel like that's the one most similar sport today akin to like gladiator battles back in the day. It's like there is a definite threat of physical harm coming from moving around with all those forces at such a fast speed.
True.
So
true. No, like we can totally get into like like how NFL and all that kind of stuff is like similar to slavery, but like modern day gladiator.
Well, I don't think it's like slavery. I think it's like kind of fighting for like. I don't know. People love to watch that. People love to watch kind of physical, like involving agility and certain I don't know, just like that test the peak limits of human physical performance.
No,
and
it
mental is. And mental, dude. A lot of that's like where are you going?
Yeah, no, it is. It's like being able to watch another human being do that is like, damn, I didn't know the human body could be capable of that.
Right.
Like there's definitely that's why the Olympics are the Olympics.
Yep.
It's like the best. You freaking get a gold medal for what you've done leading up to that point and all your success. But it's like football. Well, like I don't know. Football is different because they get paid less than other athletes, like in the NBA and the baseball leagues. But they're also doing a lot more games.
Huh. Okay.
Like baseball players play hundreds of games.
Yeah.
Or not, I say hundreds, but like 100 games, like in a season.
season?
Yeah. And NBA players, they have all their season, but like a football season is like 18 games. And
really, that's not very many.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And that's all you get. Whereas like it's almost like a year-round NBA thing where you always get basketball.
Yeah.
Or always getting baseball or something like that, But football, I feel like, well, just now, they're starting to make new leagues so that they always have football year-round.
Oh, okay.
So that's why they made the Alliance American Football League, or American Alliance, Football League.
The AFL
or the
Alliance.
The Stallions, the Utah Stallions,
okay.
that new whole new league. That's why they're so after the Super Bowl. That's when that league all started. But anyways, getting off that subject, but like, but as far as like CTE and all that kind of stuff, I do believe that like when you're crashing, when you're hitting heads like Rams, it's like, it's like a car crash, bro. Jesus. It's like, and I'm not gonna lie, like that's kind of like why I was really successful in the Arena Football League.
Yeah,
because playing fullback, you have to line up at least 6-7 yards away from a middle linebacker.
Oh yeah,
across from you, and he's coming a full head of steam.
Yeah,
and you're going a full head of steam too, but no one's backing down.
Yeah,
but in my mind, I'm like, by halftime, I'm gonna make this fucker quit. Yeah, like this dude's not gonna want to pick his head up after halftime because I'm gonna freaking just keep headbutting him. Like, that's my mindset. Right? But that's the thing is like I'm not quitting.
Yeah,
because if I quit, you better freaking take me off on a stretcher, or I'm gonna wake up on the stretcher. Like like that's what my mind. Because but that I don't know.
Dude, that's crazy because I would be like, if somebody hit me in the head that hard that many times, I'd be like, I'm out of here, yo. I'm out of here.
I don't know. It's like the mind's a powerful thing.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is like, you can take your mind into a toll of like physical beating it, but like, there's other ways you can damage your mind too. That's like, obviously it'd lead into Alzheimer's.
Yeah,
and stuff like that, but I feel like you said, it's just kind of more of a shortcut to lead up to that.
Why take the long route? Yeah, a shortcut.
Let's go. No, for sure. No, I definitely agree though. I definitely think it's something that. Well, I saw a statistic on the ESPN app that said like 207 concussions as opposed to 291 concussions. So it's been decreasingly getting lower.
Yeah.
But it's at the same time, it's like it's still happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can't really get away from it. But yeah, rugby also like you can get concussions that way, but it's more of a technique. Like you don't get as damaged. I feel like
which is the opposite of what I would think because you're not wearing any pads or protection or anything.
Yeah, and then they have those little hex pads where you have like little, not foam, but like kind of like a little bit of protection. But like there's other. Places like headgear and stuff, but yeah,
that stuff's for pussies.
No,
I've never played rugby.
So. No, it's definitely you have more freedom. I love rugby, but I've only had like a 1.5 year experience of it.
Oh, okay.
And then so I played at the Warriors over here for the Utah team, and I only played for 2 games though.
Do you think that's realistic career choice, professional athlete,
rugby
for a lot of like any kind of professional sport. I'm just trying to get a gauge on for people out there, kind of they're maybe because you know how when we're kids we're like, I'm gonna be a professional soccer player. That's what I'm gonna do for a career. But it's like, do you think that's a realistic expectation? And how many people starting out with that mindset actually complete their goal and actually make it? And you think it's a sustainable career that you could do, right? It's like there's not a lot of old professional athletes.
No.
But I don't know. I was just trying to get your take on that.
Well, you have your Peyton Mannings and you have your Tom Brady's and your Brett Favre's.
That's like 0.001% or something.
Very, 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 very slim.
Yeah.
And but then you have guys like soccer, for instance, Ronaldo, Messi.
Yeah.
All those guys, and but do you think they started out just like every other kid, but do you think that they gave up on their goals?
Right.
That's the thing though. It's like that's the difference between some people and others is I'm right there, but it's
it's too cold.
I don't want to go play soccer.
Yeah.
Like it's my ankles kind of feeling weird. I don't want to go play soccer. Like oh, it's too hot. I don't want to play soccer. I don't want to do this, man. Like let's call it a day.
Yeah.
There's that mindset, or it's like, dude, it's hot. Or it's like, oh, it's raining outside. Just give me a hoodie, bro. Or it's like, or it's like oh, I can't play today. Well, I'll go play somewhere else here. Or I'll go dribble the ball and practice at home. Or there's like a mindset of like, well, just because this stopped me isn't gonna stop my flow of getting to where I want to go.
Yeah.
Like just because the river got stopped doesn't mean it can't flow somewhere else to take me to my goal.
Yeah, right.
So
water flows with the path of least resistance.
Bruce Lee, bro.
Yeah.
Water crashes.
Oh yeah. You put water in the cup. It becomes the cup.
Yeah, this is true.
Water flows, but it also crashes.
They like water.
Yes, dude. Yes. That's awesome. I'm so glad we remembered that. Yes. But it's true though. It's like but that's another thing is I don't know there's a lot of analogies you could talk to about a river, but
yeah.
But I think I told that's what I was talking about. But yeah, I think the goals. Yeah, I feel like a lot of great athletes is because they didn't like Michael Jordan got cut from his high school team.
Yeah.
He's Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
He didn't let that stop him.
That's true.
Tiger Woods freaking had all that stuff put on him, but he's still playing the game.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the media and how fans view athletes as they're portrayed, it's like, oh, that's just this great person that's smiling all the time and super nice and just happen to be really good at sports at the same time. But I feel like they kind of leave out the other part, kind of like the intense, aggressive competitiveness that it takes to get to that level.
Dude.
It's like they're not being nice to the other players on the when they're actually playing the game, right? It's like
well that's another thing is like okay, so that's a good point. So it's like me and you, if we're on the field playing soccer, I know you're the better athlete than me, but at the same time we're friends.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna try to take your leg out and break you because to win the game because it's a mutual respect and I'm not trying to take the sport to a level where it's like we're trying to kill each other. Yeah. But at the same time, that's where football too, where it's like, I know this guy's a freaking super athlete, great person off the field, but it's like, am I gonna let him win? Am I gonna let him am I gonna let him cross that goal line? I don't know, man.
Not today.
No, it's like, but it's like, I don't know. There's athletes like that, and there's dirty athletes where it's like,
yeah. So you want to be like one of the dirty ones.
Yeah. Nobility.
Yeah.
Being. It's one thing to win and be an asshole. Yeah. It's another one being able to win and be able to shake someone's hand at the other.
Right.
Like
that's true, dude.
The game, bro.
Oh, that's a good point.
Because because a friendly competition, we're like here. They're like, oh, you did this? Okay, well I want to do this. Okay, you did this. I want to do this. Then we're growing together. Yeah. As a friendly competition where it's like, well, I want to do this, but I want to freaking down here. Yeah. And I want to just keep going while you stay down here. Yeah, and you're not gonna get.
Oh, maybe like step on your fingers.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna let off your throat.
Yeah,
like stuff like that. But I think that's another mindset of like life is like where companies stop or where people's teams or group of friends stop is because they get competitive.
Right, and it's like, how do you want to portray yourself? It's like you can get ahead, but is that person gonna be like, dude, he kind of like stuck a knife in my back to get ahead or something? It's like, no, you want to bring your friends up. It's like you want to kind of be an example to the people that you care about and try to have like a noble attitude about it, kind of like you were saying.
Dude. A quote from Kingsman. True nobility is becoming superior than your former self.
Damn.
Think about it.
All right. Yeah. So, okay. So just for everybody listening, this was kind of a warm up, right? We still got a fucking computer sitting next to a flower pot. So we'll get this setup going better, and I'll get a legit camera, maybe another microphone, and maybe even I'll learn how to edit videos or something.
I'll learn that skill.
Throw in a sound clip. Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
The
merch coming soon? No, that's too soon. I'm just kidding.
You're
I'm just
making
kidding.
merch?
Oh, we were having to come up with the realness. This is the realness. Oh,
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Yep. And we'll do another one off of different career fields. So today was one of my great friends, John Martinez, who played football professionally. And yeah, that was it. We're going to get a bunch of different kind of viewpoints. Like, hey, maybe, I'm thinking about being an electrician or a fucking plumber or a doctor or an engineer or a fucking, or a hobo, We're going to get
what it took to get
different
there.
professionals from every aspect of life. Have them on in. Hey, what's going on?
How's it going?
And yeah, we didn't get. This was kind of a more serious question and answer session, but I'd eventually like to work on some jokes too, like maybe work on some material. So I have some down, but I'll save that because John's got to go. I know he's got. So that's gonna be next time. But thanks for listening. And if you have any questions or comments, just
send them out.
Write them down on a notepad and think about them real hard.
Oh yeah. Follow me at Big John the Don.
Oh yeah. If you have any plugs you want
you can find me on Snapchat, the one and only, and you can also get my YouTube channel. It's not out yet, but it's gonna be Big John the Don as well.
Coming soon.
Coming soon.
All right.
Yes.
Thanks,
Peace.
guys.
Heck yeah, dude.
Thanks for coming on, dude. I really appreciate it.
Oh yeah, I forgot I was recording this too.